The Phantom X2 Pro and X2 are two pretty similar devices. Externally, the only way to tell them apart is with color, and a red ring around one of the camera lenses. The X2 Pro comes in two colors, Mars Orange and Stardust Grey. The X2 Pro is also the only one with a red ring around one of the camera lenses, while the regular X2 comes in Stardust Grey or Moonlight Silver, and doesn't have a red ring around any of the camera lenses. Internally as well, they are pretty similar, but they do have some differences. But let's start with what they have in common. They have the exact same display size, same resolution, same Gorilla Glass Victus protection, and even the same refresh rate. They also have the same processor, same CPU, same GPU. They have the exact same battery size, same 45 watt fast charging. Like, there are so many similarities, it would take a while to name them all. Oh, and I didn't point this out in my X2 review, but they both have the same optical under-display fingerprint reader. Works well, looks kinda cool, and definitely feels premium. It seems like everything is the same, but here are some differences. Now, I did say that they have the same processor, right? The Dimensity 9000, which by the way is such a powerful chipset for regular day-to-day phone activities and also for heavy gaming. Like, it can actually sit on the same table as the Pixel 7s or the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So no joke, this is a flagship processor. So both phones use the same Dimensity 9000, but the difference is in RAM. The X2 comes with 8 GB of RAM, while the X2 Pro comes with 12 GB of RAM. Now, would you be able to tell the difference between 12 GB of RAM and 8 GB of RAM? Most likely not, but at least that's one difference. For storage, they both come with 256 GB, which is fine, but someone pointed out that perhaps the Pro should have gotten half a terabyte. And I kinda agree, because there is no expandable storage here. So no difference in storage, just RAM. Now, would you be able to notice? Maybe, maybe not. But where you would definitely notice a difference is in the cameras. The camera setup is different. The main camera on the X2 is 64 megapixels, while the X2 Pro is 50 megapixels. They both have a 13 megapixel ultrawide, but the X2 Pro comes with another 50 megapixel telephoto lens, which is the same retractable portrait lens, while the X2 comes with a 2 megapixel unknown camera. So the X2 Pro has that motorized pop-out lens, while the X2 doesn't. But how do the photos compare? To be honest, I don't think I can tell them apart. Maybe you can. Let me know if you can in the comments. In some photos, one looks a tad bit warmer, but overall, you get similar results from both phones. And I'll admit as well, the photos look really good. They also have the same 32 megapixel selfie camera. Photos look identical. Now, where the X2 Pro stops being similar is with that 2.5x telephoto lens. The X2 doesn't have a telephoto lens, so for those crisp telephoto shots, you would have to go with the X2 Pro. Now, the X2 does have a digital 2x zoom, but it wouldn't be as crisp as that of the X2 Pro. So just like with the iPhone, TECNO only put the telephoto lens on the more expensive Pro phone. But with almost everything else being so similar, do you think it's worth paying the extra money for the X2 Pro? In my Phantom X2 review, I did say that the X2 gives you more value for money, and it's the better option. At least that's my opinion. But I would say though that perhaps if you're a photographer or a camera enthusiast, then that 2.5x telephoto lens might interest you. So I might be wrong, you know, for those people, and you might want to go with the X2 Pro. But I feel like for everybody else, the X2 gives you almost everything that the X2 Pro does. But I think for most people, the Phantom X2 is just about enough. Click here to watch the review, and I'll see you when you see me.